Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about DML commands used in SQL. To begin with, let's see what is DML. The acronym DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. The word manipulation itself reveals that the data is being handled in SQL. So we can access, store, modify, update and even delete the data using DML commands that has been stored in the database by the user himself. There are four major commands that come under the roof of DML commands. They are select, insert, update and delete. So further, we'll see what are each of their applications. To start with, let's have a look at the select command. Select command is one of the most important commands in the data manipulation language. So the use of select command is to view the columns that the user has inserted into the table. So we can use the where clause to view columns based on a given condition, or else we can simply use the select statement to view the entire columns that are present in the table. We can get a better understanding of the select command with this given example. Here, as we can see, the command given here is select asterisk from student. So student is the name of the table from which we are trying to view the columns. As mentioned before, here we are not using the where clause. So we are simply using the select command to view all the columns along with their records that are given. So this table consists of a column student ID, student name and student marks. Since no other condition is given, it directly executes what was already inserted into the table. Now we move on to another example of the select command's usage. Here we have not given any condition, whereas we just want to execute two columns or three columns from a given table. As we can see here, the user is trying to execute just two columns from the table employee. So as we see, the command is given as select employee ID, comma, employee salary from employee. So there may be other columns also that are present in the table, but here the user desires to see only two columns, hence the statement is given as follows. Next we'll be seeing how to use the select command using the where clause. Now in this example, we're trying to view the student record where the student has scored 80 marks. So the command falls like select asterisk from student, where student is the name of the table, where this clause is used to add up to a condition, student marks. So what is the condition? The column student marks should contain 80 marks. So as we can see, there are three records that are pre-inserted. So three records are being displayed. There may be other records also, like 5 to 6 also can be present, but only the ones that have 80 marks have been displayed over here. So this is the use of where clause. Now we are moving on to the insert command. Insert command is also equally important as the select command. Now this is used to insert values into the table. So let's see how we can do it. So let's have a look at an example for using the insert command. Here we are using a table named student where already two records are present and we are trying to add a third record to it. So you can have a look at the last line that is given. This is the example that we are using for this table. So insert into is the basic command that we use for inserting, followed by the table name. Here the table name is student, right? Followed by the columns to which we are going to add the records, followed by values, that is also basically used for adding. Then finally we are giving the values that are actually passed. Now as you can see, firstly what column name we have mentioned here is student ID, and in the values place we have given 104, and for student name we have given Anmol, student marks 89, student age 19. Clear? And here what we should be clear about is the values that we pass here should be relevant to the column names that we have given before. So in the place of student name, you cannot try parsing 104. So that will become an irrelevant data. At the time of creating the column itself, we would have given the data type. For example, student ID means number, student name means char or varchar. So if you would make a mistake in that, you would get an error message. So we have to be careful while inserting the values. Now we can move on to the update command. As the name itself says, here update command is used to update the records that already exist. So have a look at the syntax that is given below. Firstly, we have the update statement followed by the table name, set, then followed by the column name and the value that we are trying to pass to it. So we can also use a condition while updating it. So let's look at an example to understand it in a better way. So let's have a look at this example given for update command. Here various records are already predefined, and we are going to update some record that is being given here. So update product. Product is the name of the table that we are using. Set. We are going to set some value to the column named product price. What we are going to set the product price to 80. Where we are going to set it as 80? So here, as we have mentioned, where the product ID is P102, we are going to set the product price as 80. So this statement would help in updating the product price of the P102, where the product name is chocolate, to 80.
Now we can look at the delete command. The delete command in data manipulation language is used to delete one or more records from an existing table. We can either use the delete command directly as seen in the syntax given below, or even we can add up to a where clause to the delete command to delete a specific row in it. Now we have an example for the usage of delete command. Here we are having a table named product, and here what we're trying to do is we are trying to delete the row where the product ID is P202. So we have nearly 5 records in this, and only the record that has its product ID to be P202 will be deleted, others will stay the same.